If you think gaining extra height is impossible, think again. With just 5 specific exercises, you can see real results in days, whether you're 18 or 80. Here's the shocking truth. You're probably walking around shorter than your body was designed to be. It's not your fault. The real culprit is gravity. Imagine carrying an invisible backpack 24/7, compressing your spine and stealing up to 2 inches of your natural height. Add in slouching, tight muscles and a weak core, and the problem only gets worse. But the good news is you can fix it. These 5 simple movements can undo the damage, restore lost height, and help you stand taller permanently. The results happen faster than you'd ever expect if you're ready to commit. So let's kick things off with the Superman hold. Now I know what you're thinking, this sounds like something straight out of a kid's gym class, right? But stick with me here because this movement is an absolute powerhouse for strengthening your entire posterior chain. That's all those muscles running along your backside that keep you standing tall and proud. Here's the thing. Research shows that people with stronger back muscles naturally maintain better posture and appear taller throughout the day. But here's the problem we're all facing. Our modern lifestyle is basically destroying these crucial muscles. Think about it. We're hunching over laptops all day, slouching on the couch at night, and basically letting these muscles go dormant. When this happens, your shoulders start rolling forward, your upper back rounds out, and you literally, and I mean literally, shrink down from your true height. Picture a tent with loose support ropes. The whole structure just starts sagging and looks way smaller than it should, right? That's exactly what's happening to your posture right now. But before we jump in, let me be crystal clear about safety here. First off, never do this exercise if you're experiencing acute back pain. Just wait until you're pain-free. Second, always warm up with some gentle cat-cow stretches or maybe just walk around for 2 to 3 minutes. And third, if you feel any sharp pain or pinching in your lower back, stop immediately. You should feel muscle tension, not spine discomfort. Now let me walk you through this, starting with what I call the baby Superman. Lie face down with your arms at your sides. Just gently lift your chest about 3 to 4 inches off the ground, while keeping your neck neutral by looking down. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower with control. Once you can bang out 15 of these easily, you're ready for level 2. For the intermediate version, you're going to extend your arms out at a 45-degree angle, kind of like a Y shape. Lift your chest and arms together, but keep those legs down for now. Here's the key that everyone misses. Imagine lengthening through your spine rather than crunching backward. This is what protects your lower back. Only after you've mastered that Y position should you even think about attempting the full Superman. And here's the secret. Squeeze your glutes first, then lift your legs only about 6 inches. Your chest and arms should rise to match, creating this gentle arc. And please keep breathing steadily throughout. Now, besides weak back muscles, you know what else is stealing inches from your height? This is going to sound crazy, but it's your tight hip flexors. If you're sitting for hours, and let's be honest, we all are, those front hip muscles are shortening up like compressed rubber bands. They're literally pulling your pelvis out of alignment, creating this cascade of problems that makes you appear noticeably shorter than you actually are. Fortunately, the next movement can reverse this problem surprisingly quickly. This game changer is called the standing hip flexor stretch. What matters is that this targeted stretch specifically lengthens those tight hip flexors, pulling you down and forward. When you release that tension and restore proper muscle length, your pelvis naturally returns to its optimal position, instantly improving your posture and adding visible height to your frame. Let's ensure you do this safely. First safety rule, if you have knee problems, always place a folded towel or cushion under your back knee for protection. Second, never force the stretch to the point of pain. You should feel tension, not sharp discomfort. Third, keep your front knee directly above your ankle, never letting it drift forward past your toes to protect your knee joint. Here's the beginner-friendly progression. Start with a supported version using a wall or chair for balance. Stand facing away from a wall, place your right foot back about 2 feet, keep your heel lifted. Gently bend both knees slightly while using the wall for support. Hold for 15 seconds, feeling a mild stretch in your right hip. Once this feels easy, progress to the intermediate level. Lower your back knee halfway to the ground instead of all the way down. Use a chair beside you for balance if needed. Now for the full version with proper form cues. Take a big step back with your right foot, but before lowering down, engage your core as if someone's about to poke your stomach. This protects your lower back. Lower your back knee to the ground. Remember that cushion. keeping your torso upright like there's a string pulling you up from your head's crown. The front knee should form a 90-degree angle, shin vertical. Here's the magic move. Instead of aggressively pushing hips forward, tuck your tailbone under slightly while gently pressing forward. Simultaneously squeeze your right glute hard. This creates reciprocal inhibition, helping the hip flexor relax and lengthen more effectively. If you feel the stretch in your lower back instead of your hip, you're arching too much. Reset by tucking your pelvis under more and keeping core engaged. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds with slow, deep breaths. Complete 2 to 3 rounds per side with 20 seconds rest between legs. Speaking of exercises that boost your height, this next movement is going to blow your mind with how effective it is. What we're talking about here is the cobra stretch, and it works absolute magic on your spine in just a matter of minutes. Think of this exercise as giving your entire spinal column a luxurious, rejuvenating stretch. Like your back is waking up from a really good nap and doing one of those satisfying full-body yawns. The beauty of this movement is in its simplicity and how amazing it makes you feel. But before we start, here's crucial safety information. Never do this if you have a herniated disc or acute back pain. Always warm up your spine with gentle rotations first. And most importantly, this should never cause sharp pain in your lower back. If it does, you're going too far. Let's start with the safest beginner progression called the Sphinx pose. Lie face down and prop yourself up on your forearms with elbows directly under your shoulders. This creates a gentle arch without stressing your lower back. Hold this position for 15 to 20 seconds while breathing normally. If even this feels too intense, place a pillow under your stomach to reduce the curve. Once you can hold Sphinx comfortably for 30 seconds, you're ready for the baby cobra. Put your hands under your shoulders, but only lift your chest 4 to 6 inches off the ground, using about 30% of your arm strength. This teaches proper form without overextending. Now for the full cobra with essential safety cues. Start lying face down, hands placed slightly forward of your shoulders, not directly under, as this protects your lower back. Here's what most people get wrong. Before lifting, gently pull your shoulder blades down and back, then engage your core. Press through your palms using 50 to 70% effort, not maximum force. Your elbows should stay slightly bent, never locked out completely. As you rise, imagine lengthening your spine forward and up rather than crunching backward. This is critical for safety. Keep your hips pressed firmly to the floor and your glutes relaxed. Squeezing them can compress your lower back. Look straight ahead, not up, to protect your neck. Hold the peak position for 2 to 3 seconds while breathing steadily, then lower with control. Structure your workout as 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps with 30-second rests, focusing on quality over quantity. Here's a fascinating comparison. Astronauts grow up to 2 inches taller in space without gravity compressing their spines, but lose it when they return to Earth. Similarly, you're about half an inch taller in the morning than at night due to gravity's daily compression. The cobra stretch fights this compression by creating space between your vertebrae, essentially giving you a mini anti-gravity treatment. Unlike astronauts who lose their extra height immediately, regular cobra stretches train your spine to maintain better spacing permanently. When you make this stretch a daily habit, your spine learns to resist gravity's compression more effectively, helping you stand at your true height all day long. But let me throw a question at you that might make you think. When was the last time you genuinely allowed your body to experience a full gravity-assisted stretch? I'm talking about just surrendering to gravity and letting it work its magic to lengthen you out instead of compress you down. This next movement I'm about to share is hands down one of the most overlooked methods for gaining height, especially if you spend most of your day parked in a chair. We're talking about the dead hang, and trust me, it feels every bit as therapeutic as it sounds. The concept couldn't be simpler. You grip a bar and let yourself hang there like laundry on a clothesline. But don't worry, this isn't some intense strength exercise. You're literally just letting gravity undo all the compression that hours of sitting have inflicted on your spine. Now, before you jump into this, here's what you need to know for safety. If you have shoulder impingement, rotator cuff issues, or any shoulder pain, consult a professional first. Never jump straight into a hang, always warm up with arm circles and band pulls. And use a grip width that feels natural, because too wide or narrow can stress your shoulders unnecessarily. Let me walk you through the smart way to build up to this. Start with what I call the supported hang. Use a box under your feet so you're only supporting about 50% of your body weight. Keep your core slightly engaged and focus on letting your spine elongate. Hold for 10 to 15 seconds, working up to 30 seconds over several weeks. Level 2 is the active hang, where you support maybe 20 to 30% of your weight with one toe touching the ground. Here's a crucial tip most people miss. Rotate your shoulders externally like you're trying to show your armpits forward. This protects the joint and creates more space for decompression. When you're ready for the full dead hang, make sure your bar can support double your body weight. Use chalk or straps if your grip gives out before your spine gets the benefit. Grip the bar shoulder width apart, thumbs wrapped around for security. And here's the key difference between a harmful hang and a therapeutic one. Keep your shoulders pulled down about an inch from your ears. Completely relaxing into your shoulder joints can cause impingement. Let everything below your shoulders relax completely. Imagine your spine melting like warm taffy. Here's what's actually happening in your body. Your spinal discs are like little water-filled cushions between each vertebra. Throughout the day, these discs lose up to 20% of their fluid from compression, making you measurably shorter by evening. The dead hang creates this vacuum effect that literally sucks fluid back into these discs, rehydrating them like a sponge. Studies show that just 3 minutes of accumulated hang time daily can decompress your spine enough to maintain your morning height all day long. This final movement is called the thoracic spine rotation, and it targets a crucial area of your back that most people completely ignore. Your thoracic spine, which is the middle section where your ribs attach, is designed to rotate freely. But for most of us, this area becomes locked up tighter than a bank vault from years of sitting and poor posture. When your thoracic spine loses mobility, your shoulders round forward, your chest caves in, and you lose precious inches of height. It's like having a rusted hinge. The whole mechanism can't function properly. Before starting, if you have disc issues or recent back injuries, get clearance from a healthcare provider first. Never force rotation beyond mild tension, and stop immediately if you feel pinching or sharp pain. This should feel like a satisfying stretch, never painful. Let's start with the safest beginner progression, the seated thoracic twist. Sit in a chair, feet flat, cross your arms over your chest, and gently rotate your upper body right while keeping hips forward. Hold for 5 seconds, return to center, then rotate left. Do 8 to 10 rotations each direction to warm up. Once comfortable, progress to the supported tabletop twist. On your hands and knees, keep both hands down and rotate your upper body side to side, feeling the gentle twist through your mid-back. Now for the full version. Start in tabletop position, but first push the floor away with your supporting arm to create stability. Place your right hand behind your head with your elbow bent at 90 degrees, not flared wide, as this protects your shoulder. As you rotate upward, initiate from your mid-back, not lower back. Imagine your ribs leading the motion. Here's the critical tip. Keep your hips completely still and level. If they shift, you're compensating and missing the target area. Rotate only as far as you can while maintaining perfect hip position. Even 30 degrees is beneficial. At the top, breathe to enhance the stretch. Then rotate down toward your supporting arm without forcing. Complete 3 sets of 8 to 10 controlled rotations per side. Here's what's fascinating. Chiropractors use this movement to create instant posture improvements. Your thoracic spine has 12 vertebrae that each contribute to height loss when locked. By rotating, you're unsticking these segments, allowing proper stacking. Some people report feeling an inch taller immediately because this releases years of compression. Beyond adding height, improved thoracic mobility reduces neck pain, improves breathing, and naturally pulls your shoulders back, making you look more confident and stand taller. Now that you've got all the scientific knowledge about how each of these exercises works to increase your height, let me lay out the exact game plan you need to follow to maximize your results. The entire routine takes just 15 minutes out of your day, and that's less time than scrolling through social media. And here's what's truly amazing. It doesn't matter if you're 15 or 75 years old, your body still has the capacity to decompress, realign, and stand taller with this routine. So here's your complete height-boosting blueprint broken down step by step. You're going to kick things off with those Superman holds we talked about first. Perform 10 to 12 controlled repetitions where you really focus on lifting your chest and legs while holding for 2 to 3 seconds at the top. Give yourself a quick breather for a few seconds to reset, then jump back in for 2 to 3 total sets. This opening exercise immediately starts strengthening your posterior chain and pulling your shoulders back into their natural position. Between each different exercise in the routine, you'll want to rest for about 30 to 60 seconds maximum, just enough time to transition smoothly. Moving on to exercise number 2, the standing hip flexor stretch. Hold each side for 20 to 30 seconds, really pushing those hips forward to feel the stretch through the front of your hip. Take your brief 15-second rest between sides, then complete 2 to 3 rounds on each leg. This movement releases years of built-up tension that's been pulling your pelvis and spine out of alignment. Next up in the sequence is the cobra stretch. Flow through 8 to 10 slow, deliberate repetitions, really savoring that spinal extension on each rep. Rest briefly for a few seconds between sets, and complete your 2 to 3 rounds. This exercise creates crucial decompression throughout your entire spine, giving those compressed discs the room they desperately need to re-expand and add height. Following that, it's time for those therapeutic dead hangs. Grip that bar and hang for a solid 20 to 30 seconds, focusing on staying relaxed and letting gravity do its work. Rest for 30 to 60 seconds to let your grip recover, then repeat for 2 to 3 total rounds. This passive stretch allows gravity to become your friend for once, gently pulling your spine back to its full, natural length instead of compressing it. And to wrap up this height-enhancing routine, you'll finish strong with the thoracic spine rotation. Flow through 10 to 12 smooth rotations on each side, really focusing on that twist through your upper back. Take a 20 to 30 second rest between sides, then complete your 2 to 3 sets per side. This closing exercise ensures your upper spine stays mobile and properly aligned, allowing you to stand at your absolute tallest. There you have it. That's your complete 15-minute height transformation routine laid out from start to finish.